And we're live.
Hey, who would have thought? Hi, everybody. Thanks for your patience again. We get right to the end. We got so much stuff in the cloud that it makes us record that. So we're just a bit late while we went in and figured out what were going to record. So welcome, Capt Ron Nielsen here, and First Officer Dieter Staudinger back once again. I do not know where the time goes, Dieter. Holy crap. It just, I remember saying, hey, we'll see you again next week right now as I open up here. So,
Yep.
and I've been to Air Hollywood and back, and oh my gosh, lots of good stuff here. So we're back live with you for our weekly show. We're going to talk a little bit about last weekend, kind of a moderate debrief, and then we have another class coming up. We'll try to get you enthused if you're going to be in the LA area or live anywhere around there. We'd like to do that, and we're going to try to dangle some bait in front of you and get you on our flight either in Phoenix or in Burbank on May 31st. So with that, let me open the slides here, share my screen, and we'll get underway. And of course, it starts up with the wrong one.
We're seeing your.
Yep, yeah, we are. We're seeing secret information there. So, okay. So
Hold on, we're still seeing your the preview thing from PowerPoint. We're not actually seeing the presentation.
it's because it defaults back when you least expect it. Okay. So I got to go into the PowerPoint here. And I've got to change the presenter. Let me pause for a minute. Does that put a blank screen up, Dieter?
No, not yet. We're seeing
Okay.
the presenter's view of PowerPoint right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I should be able to go set up slideshow. It's going to make me end the show first. Then it will let me go and set it up. Well, it said monitor 2. It must have switched. Interesting. I won't guarantee that this will show the correct one again. I'll give it a whirl from start.
I think it might be time sometime, Capt Ron, to put that Swiss cheese thing in our next presentation.
Oh yeah, no kidding. So is it showing the main title or the presenter screen?
It's still showing the presenter screen.
Okay, hold it. That means that it
But there's a switch there that says switch display, swap displays or something like that. So maybe you can use that. It's at the top left.
Yeah, okay. I'll try that because the under the behind the scenes settings are correct compared to what it was before. Okay, so here we go. Stop share.
Well, there we go.
Okay, back there, and now we'll go there and open the play from start.
There we go.
Voila, nothing to this aviation. So much easier flying airplanes, folks, if it provides any consolation. So anyway, okay, welcome. Here we are. Once again, back with you, Fearless Flight Live. Place where you can come if you have a fear of flying, or you know somebody's afraid to fly, or you're just fascinated by airplanes and flying. You come to the right place, and here we are in another one of our weekly episodes. We always start out by encouraging you, if you have not joined our Facebook private Facebook group called Birds of a Feather, please do that. We got lots of people that really brag and have shared with me how important that was to them. Just being able to talk to other people, because you're not alone, despite what your brain might think you or try to make you think sometimes. So if you're not a member, join up. And we got a special treat. We won't tell you tonight, but there's a special treat coming up if you are a Birds of a Feather member, a special webinar coming up that we're going to do just for Birds members. So Okay, tonight we're going to talk about a little bit about the last class last Saturday that I did over in Valencia at the Air Hollywood Studios, and the next one coming up. We're gonna talk about the graduation flight on the 31st. Tips and strategies. That goes without saying, and we're gonna talk about the monthly group coaching webinar that's coming up just 2 days from now on Thursday the 17th, and then I do the encore performance on Saturday. And the theme this month is your inner autopilot. How do you get control when your fear takes over? Because that's what happens is most people feel out of control. It's an ugly feeling, and that's what causes many of you to have all that anticipatory anxiety. So next class, May 10th, we got the first one out of the way with all of the faux pas and getting back in me getting my stride over there and everything at the new studio in Valencia. It's a nice facility, and maybe I can get some people on next week who were there and talk about their experience. Everybody claimed it was a really, really good experience for them. That's usually what happens. And when one lady, I remember Robin asked me, she said, well, how does this work where you come in here? What's it supposed to do when you get in the airplane? And by the time we got 5 minutes into the class, she had forgotten that she was not in a mock-up and got in some of the anxiety and the feelings that emerge when we get anxious. So there's the link there that Dieter's got. He'll put it in the notes for sure. And it is coming up again on May 10th. We would love to have at least as many people as we had in the last one. Let me switch just a little bit and we'll go back to the class over there. This is talking about, we wanted to highlight the FearlessFlight monthly webinar, coaching webinar coming up just 2 days from now on Thursday. It's overcoming the feeling of losing control. And join me. It is empowering. That's what people told me on Saturday when we did the class over in LA. And the theme will be how to stay calm even when you're not in charge. And because control is the underlying issue for just about everybody who has anxiety. This will be on Thursday, April 17th, 6:30 in the Pacific time zone, 9:30 Eastern. And it's going to be online, Zoom, and it will be recorded so you can watch it later if you don't do that. And what we've been doing, because of the people who live on the East Coast and it's a later time zone when they start, if you elect to, or maybe you're just busy, even no matter where you live, and you can't attend on the 17th, we'll do it again on Saturday morning, the 19th. And it's the same thing, only it starts at 10 o'clock Pacific and 1 o'clock Eastern time. And maybe I shouldn't say this, but the second one I think is always a little bit better because I'm a little bit loosened up. I've already gone through the content once formally with you all, and anyone you can attend is hopefully worth your while. But we'd like to encourage you to attend the one on Saturday if the one on Thursday doesn't meet your needs there. So all right. So in this session, one of the benefits is we're going to help you learn how to reframe your experience and reclaim that inner calm that you miss. What you'll learn, you're going to learn why fear of losing control is so common when you fly. We're going to teach your brain how to stay calm under those circumstances. You'll learn some techniques to regain control or feeling in control, and we'll give you some tools that you can learn to use, and you'll get an opportunity to interact with not only me but other students during the experience there. We'll teach you some proven techniques like HR, heart rate variability, breathing. We'll have a couple of visualizations, and we'll reference distance self-talk. What is distance self-talk, and how does it work? How does it help you? It frankly works directly on that little inner voice, that chatter that goes on. I took it from a fellow named Ethan Cross who wrote a book titled just that, Chatter. And these aren't just theories, they're practical tools that you can use on your very next flight. And this slide highlights what you'll be doing. The webinar is especially helpful for people who fear panics. or freezing on a plane and tend to feel trapped once the door closes, or those who are worried about being embarrassed in front of others. You know, you look out there and everybody looks so calm, which I'll guarantee you they're not as calm. They're doing the same thing you are. They're hiding it so that people don't think less of them. And if you or someone you love fits any of these descriptions, this is a good thing for people to attend. And we'll walk through relatable situations, both from the past, the ones that I've worked with other students and coaching students, and we'll get some from your peers in the class there. It's a great opportunity. I make sure that I provide an interaction with you and other people there, so you don't just have to listen to me yammering all evening, because what the other people have to say can be as powerful or more powerful than the things that I might throw out there. So we're gonna make it so that, oh, I think we have a dog in the house. Okay. Hey, stop. Okay. Hold it, group. What? I can't go on. Sorry, everybody.
Well, one of the things that I really want to I know, Gary, you said you might actually be flying on that day, but on May 31st, we have our Cleared for Takeoff 301 flight classes coming up, and we're gonna do something really cool for this one. Ron's gonna start out in Burbank with whoever is gonna join us there, and he's gonna fly over to Phoenix, and we'll then meet the Phoenix flyers, and we will all fly back together from Phoenix to Burbank. We'll have a couple of hours there for some teaching and some celebrations, and later that afternoon we'll say goodbye to the Burbank crew, and then we'll fly back to Phoenix, I think around 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Should be a really, really awesome day. And where are you going? Yeah. So Gary, if you want to fly with us, I think I might have put the links. It's if you look at the links that I posted, it's the 301-LA. So if you want to fly from Burbank to Phoenix and back, which is just a great flight, then go to that link. And if you are wanting to join us from Phoenix to Burbank and back to Phoenix, then choose the 301 Phoenix link. And while we're still waiting, I wanna put it in chat as well.
You want to just talk about the 301 then, Dieter? We can do that.
Yeah, if you just want to pull up the
Yeah, hopefully you'll see that on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what the two classes, depending on where you want to fly from, whether it's Phoenix or from Burbank. And the really cool thing is that you know, whether it's that April class, I know we have almost 20 people or so there. We highly encourage that if you haven't flown in a while, this is really an amazing class with other fearful flyers. It's great community, and it just it's one of those things that is so powerful in helping you to rewire your brain with a positive experience that really is something that you can fall back on whenever you fly after that. So that's one of the secret sauce powers of these classes. It's the community with the other flyers that you're gonna experience. Ron, do you wanna say anything about
Yeah,
that?
which is, you know, like Dieter says, if you had you know, limited budget, limited thing, and when people ask me what's the best thing I can do, this would be it. And even if you haven't had the one-on-one class beforehand, we're going to meet and we're gonna meet online 2 days before that, where you're going to get a detailed briefing, no matter whether you're joining us in Burbank or you're joining us in Phoenix. And just to recap, I'll be starting the day over in Burbank. I'll be meeting the class over there. We'll all board the airplane. We'll have a little pre-flight briefing. We'll board the airplane in Burbank. We'll fly to Phoenix, and then we'll hook up with the Phoenix-based people, and they'll join us, and we'll fly back to Burbank. And then we've got a nice little delay in there. So we'll be able to find a quiet spot in the airport, debrief, have a little camaraderie and share experiences, and which is something we've never done with two classes like that. And then we'll do our little certificate award ceremony, and then I'll get back on the airplane with the Phoenix folks. We'll go back to Phoenix and go home, and we'll all be having a great time that night, just being really proud of ourselves for doing that. So it's something we're trying, and if this goes as well as I think it's going to go, we're looking at doing that in other cities in the United States, build another couple of city pairs there. So the 301 in Phoenix, there's a link to that. Like Dieter said, if you're planning to launch from Phoenix, you need to go to this link here, or the joint register for this class. And if you're planning to join us from Burbank, you'll want to register through that link there. And there's the good old Burbank Tower over there, and it is you see the numbers up there, March 31st, from Burbank or Phoenix. This is for anybody who wants to take that final step and meet with your peers. There's just no substitute for joining people who are in the same place in life as you are along the path, trying to get back into the air or trying to fly more comfortably. And it's just incredible. It's not just a trip, it's a celebration of your journey. And you'll learn the tools, you get to practice the tools that you've learned, face the fear, and take that big leap, literally, get on an airplane. And it provides a safe, encouraging environment where you can test your wings, literally on real commercial flight with me. And I don't know whether they're going to have Dieter there now. We're going to try if we get enough.
Our best.
Do our best, yeah. And here again, what to expect? I'll be, like I said, starting in Burbank, so I'll launch out there. So it'll be out of there over to Phoenix, join up with the Phoenix people, back over to Burbank, do our little celebration, and then turn around and come back to Phoenix. And companion fares, that's another important thing. If you got somebody you want to take along with you, we have a companion fare for that. Obviously, they don't have to pay for as much as you for the class. And it's a great opportunity because one of the things we do is we talk about the kind of support that people who love you can offer, which they don't tend to understand or be aware of. And oftentimes it's almost as bad for them as it is for you, because they feel terrible when they don't know what to do to support you. So it'll be for whether you're Phoenix or Burbank, it'll be 2 short flights with a debriefing and a lot of encouragement. And you're just not going to believe the power of community for doing that. We limit it to 8 to 10, and that would be each thing. The tuition is $397, airfare not included. There are some bonuses, which are some discounts in there. If you've taken the 201 class before, it's a $200 coupon, right, Dieter, for that? And you'll see
that's off the regular tuition. So the $397 is already so right now the $397 is, if you haven't been with us, is your best bet. And if you are an alumni, then just email us, and then you can actually get it for $297, because it's the $200 off of our regular fare, which is $497. So just shoot us an email and we'll sort you out. But like Ron said, this is really nothing compared to not going on a flight or having to cancel flights in the future. That's way more expensive, and not to count all the anxiety that goes with that. So the one reminder I wanna just make sure that we get this out as soon as possible is that if you are thinking of flying with us, now is the time to get your tickets at Southwest as well. So register with us. You'll get the exact flight numbers and flight times once you register, and then head over to Southwest. And even if you choose the wanna get away fare, you know you will never lose that flight, right? Even if you don't take that flight, you still get to keep the points, that value, for any flight in the future. And I think they removed the limitation that those are only good for 1 year, right? So now it really doesn't.
Yeah, right. There's no expiration date. So if you get credit, and there's varying fares. I meant to do that tonight. Maybe next week we'll talk about the fare structures at Southwest to help give you a chance. But yeah, you get the credit. And frankly, if you're on the fence about flying, you're probably not ready to do it. So if you're thinking about flying, you want to do this. And so the fact that if you don't fly that day, you'll still have the credit to do that down the road. And then we wanted to make a note about the tuition and the airfare at Fearless Flight. We would love to offer the free flying on this, but unfortunately, we don't get that either. And we're honored to support you in regaining your confidence and freedom to fly. As part of the graduate flight, your tuition covers the time, the coaching, the expertise, and support you receive from me and Dieter and the rest of the team. However, the tuition, unfortunately, does not cover the cost of the airline ticket. And if you, that's one of the disadvantages of having people who haven't flown in a while. You go back there and you see what the fares are, and we understand that this can sometimes be confusing. So we want to make sure that we're completely transparent on that. And just like you, I and the other team members who join you, we got to buy tickets over there. I would love if I could get Southwest's attention and show them that, first of all, we have people that are just going from point A to point B and back for no reason. And, so that's pure revenue to them. And we generate, $50,000 a year in revenue from the classes that we put on over there. But I know that's just a drop in the bucket for their budget, but for us, it's pretty real. And they get a lot of benefits out of it. But right now, we're not big enough to get anybody's attention that could make a difference. But that was one of my goals when I first started this, to see if we couldn't get some support. So we, like Dieter said, buy the tickets early, take advantage of that, pay the tuition early, take advantage of the discounts there, and you'll see what a powerful and transformative experience it is to fly with us. And you'll get to apply all that you've learned in a real world setting with us by your side there. So
Ron, let me just
honored to make this journey with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just quickly answer Jack. I hope it's Jacqueline. She's asking, is the 301 class good even if I haven't done the 201? And the answer is yes, Jacqueline. And at this point, I would actually, if you can, if you are in Los Angeles or anywhere in the LA area, then on May 10th, we actually have a 101 class for you that you can go to the Hollywood studios and do a 3-hour class in a mock-up there. And then on May 31st, then do the flight class. That's why we decided to do the Hollywood classes on April 12th and on May 10th, so that if you can, this would be a perfect progression from being in a mock-up on the ground in a warehouse, and yet feel like you are in an airport. And then on May 31st, we do the flight class. Now, if you are in Phoenix, then we do have on May, I believe it's May 3rd, the Saturday, we have the free class at Sky Harbor Airport aboard a stationary Southwest plane. So, and if you for some reason cannot come to either one of them, we have a 101 class that's free on May 4th. So you could come to that class. I think that's Sunday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific. And that's totally free online, so there shouldn't be any travel problems with that one. And all of that will help you prepare for the class on the 31st. And in addition to that, we also have the what Captain Ron was talking earlier. We have two of our Cleared for Takeoff 201 course, the live monthly group coaching calls that also are open to the public. So April 17 and 19, and then I forget when they are exactly in May. So there are a lot of different options to prepare yourself, to get yourself ready for the flight class, even if you haven't enrolled in our 201 course. So absolutely. And yeah, so I think that answers hopefully your question, Jacqueline. And Joan said, darn, I've been in Phoenix for 6 months and no 301 flight. Now I leave for Colorado and I'll miss it. I'd like to meet my people. Well, we would love to meet you too, Joan. But I hope you have a great flight back to Colorado as well, whenever that will be.
Yeah, Joan was at the class this month in Phoenix. So, and I've been working with Joan for quite a while. So sorry, Joan, timing is everything.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you got any questions about any of that, don't hesitate to contact us. And again, the big advantage would be if you could make it to the either the 101 class over at Hollywood or the 101 coming up on May 3rd here in Phoenix. Those would be great lead-ins for this, and we really would love to see you there. So, okay, we had a plan here. My lovely companion dog that we kind of destroyed that. But I found some. I thought we got to give you some things to maybe pique your interest a little bit and teach you something so you walk away and it wasn't a total waste of your time. So I found some interesting facts out on the internet here. At least they were interesting to me. How many? And we'll give you an opportunity to put, if you're on Facebook, to put something in the remarks. Or how many commercial airplanes you think are in the sky at any given moment? 500, 2,000, 9,000, or 20? And this is globally. This is worldwide. So, all right.
I just put it in chat as well. So hopefully, hopefully, you guys will see it. Just put the answer in the comment. And John said, I flew last week, first in 11 years. It was awesome. Thanks to you two and all the work. Well, that is
congratulations.
Really cool,
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was really excited. I know that. Okay, the answer here. Do we have any answers? Any takers there, Dieter?
I haven't paid attention to the chat yet. Let me just see. I don't see any answer yet. So you know what? Just reveal it here on the program, and then if somebody's watching it afterwards,
the answer is 9,000. And the key on this is you might have thought it was higher if you took for the whole day, but this is at any given moment. So an airplane might take off and land 2 or 3 times during the day. So at any given moment, there would be fewer airplanes. But we know that there's over 105,000 airplanes that take off and land worldwide, just commercial airliners during each day there. Here's another one. They turn off the cabin lights every takeoff and landing, even during the day. But you notice it more at the night. And is that to conserve fuel? Oh, please. Is that to help passengers sleep, for emergency visibility, or because it looks dramatic? And the answer is it's C, because what they do is we want to get your eyes adjusted to the darkness in case we had to stop and make an emergency evacuation, so that your eyes are already adjusted. If they were in the bright light and the lights suddenly go out because we lost power or something like that, it would be harder to see in the moment there. How fast does a commercial jet fly at cruising altitude? And 200, 350, 500 to 600, or 700 to 800. If you're looking at this, if you're in an RJ, you might think they might go a little bit slower, but they don't. They actually travel the same speeds. And the answer is C, 500 to 600 miles per hour. That's why we use commercial airplanes, because we go so doggone fast. If you're up into 700 to 800, you're talking about military airplanes, more likely. Every unusual item required to be in the cockpit of every commercial airliner. So you got a rubber duck. Some of the guys I've flown with carry rubber ducks for fun, but and then a crash axe, a backup compass, and a parachute. And so which one of those do you think? Hopefully it's not a parachute, because that would probably undermine all your confidence that you might have in flying commercial if you know that the pilots are carrying parachutes up there. It's the answer B. It's a crash axe. And what in God's name would we use a crash axe for? That's to get out of the cockpit if we ever needed to, if the door was jammed or anything like that. One other answer here, a backup compass. It's part of the permanent part of the airplane, but we do have a backup called a whiskey compass. It's one of the oldest instruments on an airplane, and it's right up between the pilots in front there. It's kind of funny that we still carry those. What part of the airplane, commercial airplane, is designed to flex up to 26 feet? Well, you would hope the nose cone doesn't flex. The landing gear, they flex, but not 26 feet. The wings and then the tail fin, it'd be the wings. And if you, to put this in perspective, when you get on even just a Boeing 737, and you look out at the wingtips on the ground, you can see that the wingtips, the actual tips on the wings, are about the same height as you are sitting in the cockpit. When you get in flight, the wings, due to the weight of the airplane, is actually they're up almost level with the top of the fuselage. It's amazing how they flex. So they sit there as kind of like a big spring there, and provide you with a little bit more cushion and support. Why? Go
Ron,
ahead.
just another quick question about the in-person class. In I assume it's about LA. So the question is, will my anxiety spike coming to the class? And I'm gonna just pass it over to you.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah,
we hope so. That's one of the goals of the class, and that's why having either an airplane like we do in Phoenix, or a mock-up like we do in over in Air Hollywood. That's one of the advantages, is that you can get that up. You may have heard me say that flight anxiety is kind of cowardly. It hides out until you are either mindfully thinking about the flight coming up, whether you're booking it or you're getting closer to the date at which you're going to get on the airplane and fly, or whether it's just the proximity to the airplane. When you get on the airplane and ready for flight, your anxiety shows up. And that's one of the frustrating things, because many of you don't have occasion to fly all that often. So you have limited opportunities to have the total environment there that you need to learn how to adjust to and get over. And so we hope. I had a lady at the class on Saturday in the mock-up. She said, "What value does it provide?" This was before the class started. "What value does it provide, or does it provide value to have a mock-up like this?" And then when we got into class, she commented, "Oh my gosh, it is." She found herself initially thinking about it. Well, initially, when you walk in, it's hard to ignore the fact that you can see the structure of this mock-up from the outside. It's obviously not an airliner that's going to go anywhere. But then once you sit inside and we get engaged, and people start talking about their fears and their anxieties, they notice that their level of angst comes up. And that is one of the benefits of doing a class in an opportunity like that. So we hope. The short answer is, we hope your anxiety comes up, because it'll be a better experience for you, and you'll get practice doing that. This is the last slide I had here. And why do we put the tray tables and seats up? That's to allow for quicker evacuation, obviously. So I'll go back just one more time. We'll make a pitch for the Fearless or the Clear for Takeoff 301 class. That's our practical class, practical flight, where you get to practice the things that you learn at any point in time, including up to the pre-flight briefing, which we'll have on May 29th, 2 days before that. We'll do an online Zoom call, and you'll get a very detailed briefing, what to expect, and both from the class and during the flight, and an opportunity to ask final questions before we congregate either in Burbank or in Phoenix. So we hope that we can get as many of you out there as possible. This is both of these are big undertakings for us, both the class over there in Valencia at the Air Hollywood Studios and getting together and flying that. We do a lot of coordination with the station manager at Burbank and the station manager in Phoenix. We find they're very supportive, and we usually get to board first so that we can make sure that we sit together. But there's just nothing better. You could talk to anybody who's made the flight; they would tell you it's just a life-changing, transforming experience, and we enjoy it more than anything else. Dieter's done several of them now since he's joined the team here, and we just hope that you'll be able to do it with us. So.
Maybe we'll even bring someone on, an alumni,
as
maybe
a mentor
or somebody, just to help really hit home that well, who was it? Tom Rash said eventually you have to get on the doggone airplane.
Yeah, sooner or later you got to get on the damn airplane.
But until that time, we have a lot of support for you to get yourself into that space, and the key isn't just to get on there once and then make it through, nail biting, and then get off and never do it again. The key is really to rewire your I'm gonna say your brain, but also your entire nervous system, and actually start empowering yourself, knowing that you can get on an airplane and it's gonna get better every time you do it. Whereas right now, it's more like every time you have to get on the airplane, it's kind of like that feeling of dread. It's gonna get worse every single time. And that's what we want to switch for you. And we do need you to be, as we say in psychology, aroused. We do need you to be triggered. But we want also to make sure that you're still in that space where that learning really can take hold and gets anchored. So,
and we want you to feel like you're in a genuinely safe environment. And I've been doing this since 2000 when I started the flights back there, and Dieter joined me 2017 or something like that.
2017,
In 2014, we started the Burbank classes. So we have literally had hundreds of people who have flown with us and become graduates of the 301. So with that, we're going to bid you a good evening. And it's been our pleasure once again to do this. Dieter, thanks a lot for helping out and supporting me and the whole program. Thanks to you for watching us every week. And we want to see you as if at all possible, and keep coming back because we enjoy your participation. So thanks a lot again from Fearless Flight Live. That concludes this episode. We'll see you again next week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.